You're standing in line. You have $100. You can buy a fantastic new gadget right now that gives you an immediate rush of dopamine and a week of fun. Or, you can put that same $100 into an investment that you won't touch for 10 years, which could eventually grow into $500 or more. Most people choose the gadget. Why? Because our brains are hardwired for immediate reward. We prioritize the small, certain pleasure now over the massive, uncertain gain later. But that instant gratification is the single most destructive force in personal finance. It's the reason most people stay stuck. Today we're going to rewire your brain, break the buy now cycle, and unlock the immense, life-changing power of delayed gratification. Topic 1. The Marshmallow Test. The science of financial success. The concept of delayed gratification is rooted in a famous psychological experiment, the Marshmallow Test. Kids were offered one marshmallow immediately, or two if they could wait a few minutes. Years later, the children who were able to wait for the second marshmallow consistently had better life outcomes. Higher SAT scores, lower rates of addiction, and significantly better financial success. This is not a coincidence. The ability to resist an immediate, small reward in favor of a later, larger one is the master skill of wealth building. The difference between someone who has $50,000 in debt and someone who has $50,000 invested often comes down to this one simple skill: choosing the future version of yourself over the present one. Every time you delay a purchase, you are not denying yourself. You are investing in your future freedom. Topic 2. The enemy is the now moment, recognizing instant gratification triggers. We live in a world built for instant gratification. One-click shopping. Same-day delivery. Buy now, pay later. This system is designed to bypass your logical brain and activate your emotional, spending brain. You need to identify your personal, now, triggers. Is it boredom scrolling on Amazon at 10 p.m.? Is it seeing a friend's new purchase on Instagram? Is it the feeling of stress that you try to alleviate with retail therapy? You have to create friction in the spending process. Don't save your credit card numbers online. Put an item in your shopping cart and force yourself to wait 24 hours before checking out. That 24-hour pause often breaks the emotional loop, allowing your rational brain to step back in and say, "Is this purchase moving me closer to my goals or further away?" Topic 3. Compound interest is the reward for patience, the eighth wonder of the world. The single greatest financial reward for delayed gratification is compound interest. Albert Einstein supposedly called it the eighth wonder of the world, and he wasn't wrong. Compound interest is simply earning returns on your initial investment plus the returns you've already accumulated. It's money making money on money. But it requires two things: time and consistency. An early investor who puts in $500 a month from age 25 to 35 and then stops will likely have more money at age 65 than an investor who starts at age 35 and contributes $500 a month for the next 30 years. The decade of early compounding power, a direct result of choosing to sacrifice and invest now, is financially irreplaceable. Delayed gratification is the only way to harness the exponential power of compounding. Topic 4. The concept of the future self, aligning your decisions. One of the most powerful mental tricks to enable delayed gratification is connecting with your future self. When you look at your retirement account, do you see a generic number, or do you see the 65-year-old version of you? Research shows people treat their future self almost like a stranger, which makes it easy to sabotage them with today's spending. To fix this, try personifying your future self. Give them a name. Write a letter to them about what you are sacrificing today to help them. Then, write a letter back from your future self, expressing gratitude for the financial freedom they enjoy because of your decisions right now. This simple exercise creates an empathetic link that forces you to consider the long-term impact of a current decision, immediately making delayed gratification easier. Topic 5. The financial ladder of delayed gratification, debt versus investing. Delayed gratification operates differently depending on where you are on your financial journey. If you have high-interest debt, credit cards, personal loans, your delayed gratification must be focused on paying that off. That means sacrificing purchases today to put every extra dollar toward debt. The instant reward of that purchase is far outweighed by the long-term savings of eliminating 20% interest. Once debt is gone, the focus shifts to investing. The delayed gratification is now sacrificing a new car or a bigger house today so you can aggressively fund your retirement and brokerage accounts, guaranteeing a better, earlier retirement tomorrow. It's always about choosing the more difficult, less satisfying path now for the exponentially better path later. Topic 6. The Small Sacrifices, Big Wins Matrix. Delayed gratification doesn't require living a life of extreme deprivation. It's about finding the small, repeatable sacrifices that have a massive compounding effect over time. Think of it as a small sacrifices, big wins matrix. Which sacrifices can you make that are relatively painless but free up significant capital? Can you cook at home 5 nights a week instead of eating out? That's $500-$1,000 a month you can invest. Can you downgrade your streaming subscriptions or your phone plan? That's $100 a month. You don't have to sell your house or drive a clunker, but you must identify and ruthlessly eliminate the low-value, high-cost habits that satisfy you for 5 minutes but cost you thousands in future wealth. True discipline is consistency, not intensity. Topic 7. The Future Reward System, Making Delayed Gratification Fun. You can't just rely on willpower, you need a system. Use the concept of future reward to motivate yourself. For every significant delayed gratification decision, e.g., investing a big bonus instead of buying a new TV, set up a small, guilt-free reward for your present self. For instance, I will invest this $5,000 bonus, but I will use $100 of it to buy that nice dinner I wanted. This is not a contradiction, it's a psychological hack. It gives your brain a tiny, immediate dopamine hit to acknowledge the sacrifice, making the bigger, delayed reward more palatable. It trains your mind to associate the pain of saving with a small pleasure, which reinforces the long-term, wealth-building behavior. Delayed gratification is the cornerstone of all financial success. It is the core competency that separates the perpetually broke from the financially free. It starts with acknowledging the enemy, your brain's bias for the now moment. You fight back by creating friction in your spending and by deeply connecting with your future self. Your reward is the powerful, exponential growth of compound interest. Remember the matrix. Small, consistent sacrifices now lead to the biggest, life-altering wins later. Choose freedom over temporary satisfaction. Understanding that delayed gratification is essential is one thing. But knowing where to put the money you're now saving and sacrificing is the key to maximizing the reward. I've put together my absolute best, most up-to-date resources and recommendations for high-growth investing in the description and the first pinned comment below. This is where you need to start sending that money to work. And since you stayed for this entire conversation, you've already demonstrated the patience and discipline needed for success. YouTube knows it, and it's chosen the perfect video for you to watch next. It's on the screen now. Click it and let's get you paid.